Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back. We got some more LEGO Marvel's superheroes for all of you. This one is going to be level number 4, Rock Up at the Lockup Story. We're going to be getting through the level, but a couple things here to note. First off, 2 achievements / trophies in this one. One for Rock Up at the Lockup, which is just for completing the level, but also one Can't Hurt Me Bub. You'll see what that's all about, but that's basically for regenerating as Wolverine, but also 150,000 True Believer, but we are going to get this one started with a...
Tell me you got the brick.
Sorry, sir. The Green Goblin got away.
Coulson.
I know, sir. Clean up at Oscorp.
Tell me you found something.
Well, besides going through about 100 keyboards for Hulk, I've gone through some of my space data about that Silver Surfer we encountered. He was filthy with power cosmic.
I was afraid of that.
And I've tracked the Silver Surfer's power signature from that mystery ship. Looks like they landed in Latveria.
Latveria? That means Dr. Doom.
Sir, we have a break-in at the raft.
Iron Man, Hulk, you're up.
Okay, sir. We'll get right on it.
Why would someone break into the...
Alrighty, well here's a pretty familiar sight if you remember back in level 1, which is obviously still only a couple levels ago, but in level 1, the first level, of course, we actually played as this combo of Iron Man and Hulk, so we've got that same combo with us here for this one, and all we're going to do is we're just going to use Iron Man to fly around, and let me tell you, being able to fly is just such a huge just plus with this game, because you know in previous games, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, you couldn't do that, but here you can, and it's awesome. But we're going to follow this blue arrow all the way down to this kind of dock area here where this crashed boat is, and you'll notice a massive silver shipping container on it. So all we're going to do is we're going to use Iron Man to blow up that silver container, and then the boat will be all good. So then the ferryman is going to run down these stairs here, and he's going to stand by the boat. And you'll notice this little white circle in front of him. That's going to indicate that this is actually a little bit of a quest. So there's going to be a ton of quests throughout Manhattan. And when we actually get to the free roam series, or the free roam side of the series, we're going to be doing a lot of different quests. So yeah. Anyways, this first one of the game is pretty simple. All we got to do once you've spoken to the ferryman, we're going to follow these ghost studs up top here. Into this little alcove here, where you'll notice some parts bouncing around on the ground, so we'll build those up into this vending machine here. So we'll complete the vending machine, and it's actually going to drop out a ticket, and that's obviously going to be for the ferry. So a ferry ticket, because yeah, even though we can literally just fly across that, and Hulk could probably jump that distance, you know what, I'm not going to question it. So we'll go ahead and talk to Buddy once again, and basically, I'm not really going to include what the quest givers are saying. I'm just going to kind of skip over that because, you know, it's not too important. Maybe when we get to free roam with the quests, I might turn subtitles on so you can see what they're saying, but, you know, if you're playing along, you'll be able to hear them yourself. But anyways, we're going to hop in the ferry and we're going to ride it across all the way to the other side of this massive body of water, where we're going to actually get to what is called the raft, I think is what they call it, which is basically just a massive prison island, I guess sort of like Alcatraz. But anyways, what we're going to do is you'll notice a massive strength handle here, so we're going to use Hulk on that, so pull it with Hulk. It's going to reveal a little silver little thingamadoo there, so we'll switch over to Iron Man, we'll blow it up with our rockets, and that is actually going to open up this tricky little door. We'll head through it, and that's going to take us to yet another cutscene, and then reveal another actually.
Located off Manhattan's East Coast, the highest security area of Rikers Island Maximum Security Penitentiary is known as the Raft. Looking for the worst of the worst in supervillainy? You'll find them here.
My sensors are detecting movement on the other side of this wall.
Let go of me, bub! Hulk smash ugly sideburns!
Hulk, drop! You should know by now he's one of the good guys. Even if he doesn't smell like one. Shouldn't you be in Canada uncovering your past or something?
Track Sabertooth here. Chuck says Doom's got the Brotherhood of Mutants helping him out.
Doing what? Huh?
Well, here we are now actually inside the level here. As promised, we are actually going to be picking up another kind of extra achievement in this one for You Can't Hurt Me, Bub, which, as I said, does involve you regenerating as Wolverine. So we'll get that actually coming up here, and that's actually a pretty funny story with that, and you'll see that unfold here in a minute. But anyways, you can see Wolverine, so this is a new guy. We played as Iron Man and Hulk before, but Wolverine, he's new, he's got these claws, we're kind of trying him out. He can do this, like, jump slash attack, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, he's kind of just like, you know, if you kind of think of, like, an animal-themed character, you know, he can double jump, he can dig, he's, you know, got these awesome claws. He's pretty cool. But there is just something about Iron Man's rockets that I really appreciate. But anyways, we're going to make our way down to this kind of beachy area here. And then this water will come crashing up, and it'll actually very inconveniently take out that bridge. But luckily, and what is a bit more convenient, is the fact that Iron Man can fly. So all we've got to do is switch over to Iron Man, and we're going to fly over the water there to get to the other side here. We'll take out some of these guards, and then we're actually going to see some parts here, so we'll build those up into a lever, which we will push the lever, and that'll actually cause the bridge to rise or raise back up, so our other guys who can't fly can get across. Then you'll notice here a dig pile, so this is where Wolverine is going to come in handy, so we'll switch over to him, and you can see those massive claws on his hand. So go ahead and dig up the parts here, which we will build into a very nice strength handle there, and you know, we obviously need a big guy for the strength handles there, and Hulk, he's worked for us in the first level, and he's going to work for us again in this level. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock some other characters that can use those strength handles, and spoiler alert, we will. But anyways, then you'll notice here some yellow and blue kind of dots or specks floating around the sky. You might think, yeah, that looks pretty similar to the blue and red ones that we dealt with Spider-Man in these first couple levels, and you know what? It's the exact same thing, but Wolverine can do them as well, and they actually changed the color to like match it with whatever character you're playing as, so that makes it a little bit more convenient, makes it obvious that it's Wolverine we need there. But then we're gonna actually use those little specks on the wall there, so we can climb up, and in the corner there, smash those canisters so we can use that claw switch, which basically is just a little switch. You put your claws in it, and then that'll be all nice and dandy. And then we're going to break some other stuff. There are actually a couple of those life saver things there. The little donuts, if you will. But, yeah. Then all we're gonna do is just make our way along there, and then you'll notice that strength handle there, and we got to get Hulk up somehow. However, will we do that? Well, we interacted with that claw switch before, and that actually dropped down an elevator for Hulk to step on here. So step on the elevator, make your way up, just ride it up to and then that will kind of get like beeped in, and then the alarm will go off because apparently we're a bit too big. We're not a regular minifigure, we're like a big minifigure, or big figure, big fig. So yeah, we're not a minifigure, we are big fig. Yeah, that's what they're called, big figs, right? Anyways, then these silver turrets are gonna protrude out of the walls, so we're like, oh crap. So we got to deal with them, but luckily we've got Iron Man for the job there. So once you take out those guards, we'll fly into the air, and then we have to use our rockets to take out these other rockets. So use your rockets to take out the rockets. So we'll go ahead and do that. But the rockets are very annoying because they will shoot at you. So you know, as much as we're shooting them with our rockets, they are also shooting us with their rockets, which is not fun. But anyways, we'll get rid of them. And then that will actually cause the kind of lasers to deactivate, so we can actually interact with the strength handle. And this is where we end up getting the can't hurt me bub achievement, or trophy if you're on PlayStation. But for us it was an achievement because we're on Xbox. But anyways, you can see here we pull that strength handle, and then somehow, of course, I managed to get Wolverine stuck there, which is just not fun whatsoever. But anyways, we end up repeatedly attacking him until eventually he does end up dying here. But the unfortunate thing is with Wolverine, you know, when he dies, he actually regenerates. You can see here, I do have a lot of this sped up because this was just tedious. But anyways, you'll notice he just regenerated into a skeleton and then back into his normal form. And you can see that gets me the can't hurt me bub achievement. And then eventually, we slow it down here a bit. We'll get it back to regular speed because we actually free him. So I was ready to give up and just exit the level, and then, you know, we'll have to come back later. But we stuck with it, and it actually worked out in our favor because we ended up freeing him. Yeah, so that actually was nice. I was gonna like edit that all out, but then I realized, well, no, we got the achievement there, so we got to show that. But yeah, anyways, what we got to do, make our way up here with Wolverine, and he can actually slash through the crack walls with his claws. So it's not just big figs that can take those out, but it is only big figs that can pull the strength out. That is the one thing I will say. But anyways, then we'll use Iron Man on the technology terminal, and we'll press the four corners of the wall there with the little cursor, and then this kind of drawbridge will raise itself, so we can head through into that hallway. We've got to follow that dude there. I think his name is Sabertooth, who we end up fighting or battling a little bit later on in this level, in a massive elevator area. But anyways, we are just going to make our way along a bit more, taking out some more guards as we go. And then we take out all this debris here. We notice another cracked wall, and then I'm like, oh, we're going to switch to Hulk. But then I'm like, no, wait, we can use Wolverine for these as well. Then we'll jump through the hole in the wall, and that'll actually take us to a new area where we're introduced to another new villain, Whiplash. So yeah, this one introduces a lot of villains because it's like a big prison, which is obviously where all the villains are being held. In fact, coming up here, there's a cutscene where a bunch of villains are like freed, and it kind of goes through their names. But speaking of villains, we'll save and continue quickly here. But then we're actually going to have a little mini boss fight here. So there's actually a couple boss fights in this level. In fact, there end up being 3, including this very minor one. But anyways, we've got the leader here, who's some green dude, and he's got a massive head. It's like twice the size of a regular head. But anyways, well, it's twice as tall as a regular head. But anyways, we're going to go ahead, and you'll notice some floating debris floating around in that giant, like, sphere, like force field, that's what it's called. So we'll just use Iron Man to blow it up, blow all the debris up. Then, the leader is going to drop down there to our level, and he'll actually mind control you, so just switch to one of your other characters, and knock him silly, and then he'll be defeated. So pretty simple boss battle, not much of a boss battle. But then we're going to make our way into this little secret room by smashing through the cracked wall, which makes it very obvious, or very not secret. And then scale the wall up top there. Use Wolverine on the claw switch to put his claws in that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to actually fly up here. We grab these studs, and then I'm like, oh, we can just fly into that wall there, which would actually save us a lot of time if we could. But it turns out we actually have to go the long way around. They plan for people to do that, so they purposely put an invisible wall in that hole. But luckily, you can actually exit that hole from the other side, so we'll do that in a minute once we get up there. But first, we kind of go through here, and there's this big electric circuitry stuff here. So we take out some enemies, and again, it's very, very crucial to take out enemies because, especially consecutively, because you actually build up a multiplier, which is very good. It multiplies all your studs for a short period of time until you lose the combo. But yeah, that's very nice. But anyways, we'll interact with this technology terminal with Iron Man, and then we'll move this electric bud all the way to the end of this electric circuit, and then it'll actually electrocute that generator, and it'll kind of like kill it. And then this big guy here, who is actually another one of the boss battles that we'll have in this level. That one was a much more. That one's going to be a much more involved battle, not quite like that one with Leader before. Don't really know why they included that in the level, but hey, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was a bad little boss fight. It was a cool little segue into this new area, and you know, it's not like we're really gonna see much else of the Leader anywhere else in this level, so it's cool. Either way, I'm not gonna complain. But anyways, we'll make our way up that wire with Wolverine. But it turns out we actually need Iron Man here first. We can just fly up with him. Luckily, don't have to use the chain, even though he was trying to climb it himself. Even though he could just fly. Then we'll blow through those silver chains, and then some silver debris over there on the far left side that we tried to sneak into earlier. But then it turns out we actually have to build the pieces into a claw switch for Wolverine. So even if we had got up here early and destroyed that silver stuff, we still couldn't get Wolverine up here. So it was all for naught trying to sneak in there. But anyways, then as promised, we do actually sneak out this window from this side, and that actually works like a charm, a treat, whatever. And then we'll make our way through this doorway. We'll take out a bunch of these enemies here, these inmates. Was I calling them guards before? I might have been calling them guards. They're the inmates, so they're the opposite of the guards. The guards are like the dudes patrolling the inmates, and the inmates are the ones being patrolled by the guards. Anyways, we'll step up to the plate here, use this technology terminal with Iron Man, and then all you got to do is just follow the maze through, hit all the question mark bubbles. In fact, you need to hit each one in a specific order to actually open the red gates to the next one. And then once we hit the last one here, you can see that one was Deadpool before, and then Stan Lee as well. Then that dude there, Sabertooth, he kind of hits the security camera and goes flying into it to kill it. Then eventually, after a little bit of waiting, this elevator will actually open up. Because basically, in the level, Iron Man is getting Jarvis to hack into it. But anyways, once it comes down, take out some of these inmates, or just head straight through. But once you do head straight through, you should take something really close.
You made it just in time for the big escape.
Supervillains everywhere.
Supervillains? Meet my super suit.
Yes, that suit. It requires some tailoring.
Is it me, or did it just get drafty in here?
Alrighty, well, this sure is not good. All the villains have now broken out of their cells, and in fact, we've got a little bit of a battle here against Sabertooth, who have been following this whole level, so we finally get to take him on, as well as you can see Magneto up there. But it turns out Magneto, we're not actually going to be battling him himself for actually quite some time in this story. He actually ends up being one of the main villains of this game. Not the main villain, but you know, one of them. But anywho, not to worry. Anyways, this is a pretty simple battle here. This is basically just a rinse and repeat thing. So basically, all you have to do is just defeat a huge wave of enemies. Just take out all the enemies that attack you. And what I would recommend is use Hulk. If you use his thunderclap, it just like wipes out the whole field. You can see here, it's super effective. I'd say it's the best method for taking out enemies, as well as Iron Man's rockets. But unfortunately, Iron Man got stripped of his suit in that cutscene. Because Magneto just pulled it apart because it's metal, and Magneto kind of that's kind of his whole thing, because he's got magnet powers, so he takes away metal. Makes sense. But anyways, once you've taken out all the wave of enemies, then some buildable parts are going to appear in the arena, as well as Magneto will pull out one of the corners of the lift here, and Sabertooth will start riding around on it. So what you got to do is build the parts into like what I think it was like a bathtub or like a couch chair, and then you've got to use Hulk to pick it up because he's super strong, and then throw it at the floating platform that Sabertooth is on. And you can see here, yeah, this thunderclap is just taking out enemies. You also notice we're racking up our multiplier. We grabbed the True Believer with some ease here. But anyways, we're actually getting to the final. So we just took out the final wave of enemies. And then what's actually going to end up happening is Magneto lifts up 2 of the platforms, and Sabertooth will start riding around on one of them. What you've got to do is you've got to take out both of them. So build up both the couch and the bathtub here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up one of the objects and we'll throw it at one of the platforms. Either one, doesn't matter, you have to take out both anyways. Then throw the other one at the last platform, and that's going to take us to another cutscene.
Come on, you big green gorilla.
Ah, Mystique.
And well, just like that, we had a boss battle against Sabertooth, and now we have a bit more of an annoying boss battle, definitely a much more involved boss battle against Abomination here. So that is, what, 3 boss battles in this one level? As we said, yeah, we had the leader, which was a pretty small boss battle, then that one against Sabertooth, and now this is the big final boss of the level. But basically, Abomination is kind of, he's going to get a bit stunned in the light. He's going to be blinded by the lights, if you will. So what we've got to do is we've got to use some power or some light machines to kind of startle Abomination, so Hulk can rip in and get him. But Abomination is really annoying because he's constantly like attacking you, and he's also blowing this disgusting breath that'll kind of like cause you to like start like saying like ew, gross, and then like you can't actually do anything at that point. It's really annoying. He kind of traps me in a corner here in a little bit. But anyways, over there on the back right hand side, we had to smash that cracked wall with Hulk, just do a big slam down on the ground and should take it out. Then we're gonna build up some tires. We'll use them as like a trampoline to bounce up top here, and we'll use Wolverine to hop in the light gun there, shoot it down at Abomination. Then we're gonna use Hulk to play some Rock'em Sock'em robots with Abomination here. And look at that, we punch his head inside his body, and then we punch him straight in the gut. That's an uppercut. And then, unfortunately, we're like, oh yeah, we'll use this light gun again, but unfortunately, Sabertooth on this helicopter just blasts down the thing. So we have to go find another one. But yeah, this is where Abomination traps us in the corner. So come over here to dig up some parts here, and then Abomination, he does this kick with us, and then he starts blowing his disgusting breath, and then he kicks us away again, and then he just keeps blowing this breath. I don't really know how to prevent this from happening. I guess if you're in co-op, you could kind of distract Abomination with one guy, with one of you, and then get your other guy to do all this stuff. But we'll get it here eventually. But like, yeah, it's just really annoying. I don't know if if you're playing on your own, maybe you can like lure him on the other side of the arena and come back. I don't really know. But anyways, climb up the wall there to get on top of this balcony, where we'll use the claw switch, and that will actually cause another one of these light guns, or I don't really know what you call them, but some sort of like, I guess it's like the patrol things like guards would use on their like outposts to like kind of look for inmates trying to escape at night, I guess, but I don't really know. Either way, we're gonna punch Abomination in his teeth once again with the Hulk uppercut there, and then again Sabertooth is gonna blow this up. So this is a bit of a rinse and repeat, but it's a bit more involved because we actually have to go find the light guns. So we've got one more to find here, so we're actually going to switch back to Wolverine here in a second, and you'll notice this elevator actually opens up, so that is how we're going to get to our third and final light gun. You also notice a little save station there. If you want to go ahead and save, feel free. I don't think we do, but you can. We sometimes do, sometimes don't, just depends. Sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it doesn't matter. But anyways, we're going to ride this elevator up. You can notice a minikit up there. You can go ahead and grab it if you want. I tried to grab it. Not that we want to grab minikits, because we are actually trying to save those for the free play, which we are still a ways away, but obviously that's where we get all the collectibles in the levels. So yeah, but anyways, once we get up onto this high balcony here, we're going to run into this little back... Oh, actually no, we're not going to run in there. That's a collectible thing, I do believe. But over on the left here, you'll notice some debris, so we'll smash that up, and then we can actually build the parts into another claw switch. And then we use Wolverine to stick his claws in there, and then that is actually going to power up this little spot there, which will actually cause another light gun. I'm just going to call that a light gun, I don't really know, a patrol light gun thing. Shine it over at Abomination, and then one last time, we're going to use Hulk to punch him in his teeth. So just spam the button, and then eventually here, or pretty quickly, we gotta do a little arm wrestle with him. Stop punching yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, and then eventually, we're gonna get taken into the final cutscene, and then we'll be at
What a mess. Who else got away?
I'm getting other supervillain sense here. Mandarin, Red Skull, and Loki. Where's Thor?
In Asgard. He needs to know about this.
Woo! Well, that was a pretty lengthy level. In fact, that was actually the longest level we've had so far. But you'll notice there, Rock Up at the Lockup did get that achievement, or trophy if you're on PlayStation. For us, it is achievement because we are on Xbox. But anyways, we did unlock Wolverine, and I think another variant for Iron Man, as well as Abomination and Sabertooth, but not the leader. Unfortunately, his boss battle is not prevalent enough for us to unlock him as a playable character. But you'll notice 836,000. So looks like after the next level, if we keep going at this pace, we should be crossing that million mark, and then we'll be able to go ahead and get the 2x stud multiplier. We'll make a separate video and for all that, just so you don't get confused and we don't just stick that on at the beginning of one of the next story videos, just so it's a bit easier, because it will also show you how to actually buy the red bricks as well, because you can't just like buy them from your pause screen, unfortunately, which I think they've done in some of the later LEGO games. You can do that, but anyways, yeah folks, if you did enjoy this one, a like would certainly be appreciated. Do also feel free to subscribe, also feel free to comment. I've been loving the support. Recently had a few comments the past couple weeks, people asking some questions, and hey, any comment or question or anything is very, very welcome here, so feel free. But yeah, all the support is immensely appreciated. And yeah, that is pretty much going to do it. I am looking here. We are just nearing that 30-minute mark, so we'll stretch this out to get to 30 minutes, and that'll actually be our first 30-minute video on the channel, which is actually pretty monumental. But yeah, folks, there you go, 30 minutes. Until the next one, I will see all of you later. See everybody.